Well, speaking of Emily Browning, we all know that you had thought about her for Bella. So what was it like actually having her in one of your as one of your characters?
It was really cool, and I never, I never said anything to her. I felt a little weird because, like, does she know that people were photoshopping her into those things? Possible. But she has been someone I've been a fan of for a long time. So it's always exciting to get to work with people that you think are awesome. So that was cool.
What took this film so long to get made? Because it's been like over 3 years now since it was first announced, and you even had a different director at one point. So why so long?
Well, it took a long time to publish it too. This book has just kind of been, for me, sort of a more private world for a while. And so it was, when they first wanted to make it, it was kind of this dream thing, right? Let's get together and make a movie. We didn't have a lot of concrete things to help move us forward. And Andrew was one of those very concrete things, with all of his talent and everything that he's done. But his baby got greenlit right around the time, in time. And so then he, obviously that was something that was really important to him. And I thought it'd be, I didn't want to change in the middle. It was kind of worried me a bit. But Suzanne was great, and now I kind of have this real desire to work with her at some future point because I enjoyed her so much, and so hopefully we can get together and work on a project at some point. But then things, as we were kind of cobbling together financing and not going the studio route takes a lot longer. And as we were doing that, all of a sudden In Time was over, and so we were kind of back to, we can do this the way we sort of originally imagined it, and that was exciting. But anytime you're putting a movie project together,
It takes a while.
there are ups and downs, there are people who come in and there are people who fall out, and it's like, it's a lot of panic all the time with an independent movie.
How did your role as producer differ from the Twilight series? Did you feel more pressure? Do you feel more free being a new series and that people might not be familiar with the new movie?
Well, I was a lot more involved with this one from the beginning, and I think my role on this is what people imagine my role has been all along as a producer, because you think, she's producing and she wrote the book, so she's probably involved in every decision. And on the Twilight movies, that wasn't always the case. With our original cast, I just really heard about them after the fact. And so I was more involved with the casting later on, but just for side characters that had little parts, and so it didn't affect the feel of it as much. With the host, I was involved with every casting choice that we made. I was going over the script with Andrew from, with each version of it. I really was involved in everything on this one, so it feels more like it's mine in some ways. I mean, that's the wrong word to use, because when you have a filmmaker like Andrew Niccol doing it, it's very much his work, and I wouldn't want to take credit for that. But it does feel closer to me because I got to be so involved with it, which is really nice. I don't really feel the pressure that way with, Twilight was so huge, so now does the host need to be huge? To me, it just needed to be good, and I was so pleased with it. I really am proud of it, and so for me, that's enough. I know for the financiers, they'd probably like for it to be huge, but for me, I was just really happy to have it be a really quality thing I could be proud of.
Did you ever have a moment with, the cast and the host saying, this could get a little crazy from you coming into Twilight, the fandom that had been around that and all the fan camps and everything? Did you ever have that moment with the new cast that you've worked with saying,
Everyone asks them that, and I think for them it's kind of a jinxy thing, right? To say, "Oh yeah, I'm totally prepared," and they don't, and they can't think that way. I mean, when you're an actor, you have a role that you see an amazing movie made, and you're like, "Oh my gosh, this is," and then no one sees the movie, and here's this amazing performance. I think that as an actor, you kind of come to terms with what will be, because you have to. I don't know. I don't know if they would. I don't think you can prepare for something like that. I don't know that it would ever be the same thing. I don't know if you can't have the same thing twice. So I don't imagine it would be. But they don't need it. These kids, they're going places anyway. I mean, if you've seen the movie, you've seen how good they are. They're all of them ready to do really well, and it's not going to depend on this movie for sure.